Welcome back to 3 easy ways to import data into RStudio. In part 2 here, we're going to look at importing data using the wizards that are built into the environment pane. We have 2 different wizards for CSV and tab separated values. We have a third wizard for Excel files. We'll take a look at importing CSV and text files in both of the wizards, and then we'll import some data using the Excel file wizard. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The environment pane is located at the top right of RStudio. Towards the center top, we have this Import Dataset button. It's a drop-down menu. Our first 2 are the From Text wizards. The third option is the From Excel wizard, and then the following 3 are the statistics programs I spoke of earlier. So let's go ahead and get started using base. We'll import a CSV file using base, and then we'll use readr to import another CSV file. Using base automatically opens up this File Explorer menu to find our data. It then opens the wizard. Our first box is the name. That will be the name that we save it as in the environment. So we'll name this one comma data 1. The encoding, we can leave it automatic. We have header names in there, so we will leave that checked yes. Our row names will be automatic. It's just going to be our first field. In this file, our separator is a comma, so we will leave that. Decimals, quotes, those are for formatting. If you're in a different area that uses commas for decimals, then you would change that here. And our NA strings, they will show up as NA. So this is the input file at the top right of the wizard, and at the bottom right we'll see the preview of the results. So let's go ahead and click import, and that will open up a preview window in the source pane. We can see how that imported. Looks like everything came in just fine. We can preview that in the environment pane as well. I'm going to minimize the Files tab here. So we can see our street, number, name, direction. This wizard puts periods in between the spaces in names. There was a dash here, so let's replace all of those with periods, the spaces and the dash. It leaves underscores, but everything else will be replaced with a period. All the character classes, data classes, we can see here, it looks like, so selling price came in as a character, possibly because it has these commas in here, that it read that as a character instead of a number. That would be something that you'd have to go back and fix in your data wrangling. And we can also see that the dates came in as character class. So those are some of the issues that you may run into, and we'll deal with those a little bit later in another part of this series. So let's go ahead and use the Import Dataset drop-down menu again. This time we will select readr, and you see this opens the wizard first. The top field is where we will enter our file path. We can click Browse, and it opens the same window. Then we get a data preview. We have our name down at the bottom. First row is names, same as the other wizard. Our delimiter, it's comma, and then again the quotes and the this locale will let you configure those decimals, whether you're going to use a period or a comma, and then same thing for comments and NA fields. And we have some other options here. The Open Data Viewer will give us a preview, and we can actually skip some rows with this. We can change some fields in here. We can skip particular ones if we want, but we'll get to that later. And we have a code preview in the bottom right box here. So let's click import. Before we do that, we're still in this field. We need to be sure to tab out of it so that it actually changes it so that it will read it in as comma data 2. So we'll go ahead and click import. And now we see we have comma data 2. And we will run the structure command, and we will look at comma data 1 here. let's maximize this so we kind of get the same results on both the left side and the right side. So we can see these both came in as character classes. Zip and the MLS number came over as integers. Over here they're just numbers. Might be a little bit easier to work with. The dates came over as characters here. They came over as characters here as well. You can see list price and selling price per square foot were all imported as numbers by readr. But in base we had numbers, characters, and numbers. So there's a difference there. If there are no characters at the beginning of the numbers, readr will tend to convert those to numbers and not change them to characters. So everything else looks pretty much about the same. Again, you can see the names here remained exactly as they were in our import file. So I like the way readr works a little bit better, but you can see they're both very easy to use. Let's see how they do now with tab separated values. Again, we go to the import dataset button. We will do base first. This time we will select tab.tsv. Let's see, we've got tab data. We will name that 1. You see base automatically detected that there were tabs in here, changed the separator to tab. We have our preview just like before. We can go ahead and import. Looks okay. Let's import using readr. Again, we'll browse. We'll select the same file, the TSV, and whoa, we get a little bit different result here. This looks very different. Okay, the delimiter here is still specified as comma, so we need to change that to tab. And then let's see the preview. Okay, now we've got a preview, look just like before. Let's go ahead and rename this tab data 2. And we can see in the code preview, it has changed the delimiter to tab and changed our name. We can go ahead and import. So we get the same results as before. Looks just about the exact same as the comma. Still imported everything the same way as characters and numbers for readr. And again, we had the selling price this time though was imported as an integer. So interesting, when we used tab, it imported this field slightly differently. All the others were imported the same. So that's just, another reason I like working with readr a little bit better. It's a little bit more consistent in how it interprets the data. So those are pretty much the same wizards that you're going to use for either comma or tab. And we did the TSV files in both of those. Let's take a look at just the text file that's a tab separated value. And that is this tab data. It's just a .txt. That's the only difference. You would do the same thing, change this to tab. We'll call this tab 3, tab data 3. And other than that, it imports the exact same. So whether you have a .tsv file or a .txt file, both of those are considered tab separated values and will import using the same wizard. And you can see we got the exact same results on all of those 242 observations of 28 variables. Now let's go ahead and take a look at importing an Excel file using the Excel wizard. Well, it looks exactly the same as the readr wizard from the get-go, but you can see at the bottom there's a few differences. Let's go ahead and select our Excel file. We're going to get a data preview just like we do in the readr wizard. And then you've got a few different options down here at the bottom. We've got our name down here, which is how it will import. We can specify some sheets. We won't get into that here. We can specify some rows, and if we need to skip some. And then our first row is names, same as readr, and then our open data viewer, which will give us the preview. That's it for importing an Excel file. We click import, and we get our data right here. Now, first off, you might notice we've got 242 observations of 34 variables. Now, all of these are the exact same data set. So there is one issue with the Excel data import, and that is there is a field at the end that overran some columns in Excel, which created these 5 extra fields all as NA, except for I think there's one observation in here that actually has data across those. And what happened was, here you go, it had tabs inside that field, and then the Excel wizard detected those as separators and created new columns for them. So we would have to fix that somehow in our data set, and that is totally doable. But let's take a look at the data structure and how it was imported in Excel. So we've got characters, numbers looking good. Our selling date, interesting, came across as a POSIX CT. Now this is specific to Excel files, so that's something we would have to deal with later. Although one of these dates came across as a number, because the dates are actually in number formats until they are formatted into a date type format. So this one came across as a number. So we get some date issues with Excel, which is common. All of the numbers or sale prices, list prices, all came across as numbers, so that's good. The rest of this all looks pretty much the same as our other file types and the wizards. And then you can see we have these extra 5 observations, extra 6 observations down here where those fields were broken up by the Excel wizard. So that, again, that is something you would have to fix in Excel. There were probably some extra quotes in there or extra tabs that define those as extra fields for the wizard. Other than that, we look the same. We've got 242 observations, just 34 variables instead of 28. These wizards are great for beginners. They're really easy to use and help you get your data into R successfully. If any of these tips or techniques have been helpful to you, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for our next video when we're going to go ahead and look at using the Files tab and using code to import some data. And you'll see how these wizards are used in those features as well. Thanks for watching.